Did I watch the Ultimate Warrior video telling guys don't ask for help? I have no idea. Is a compass inside you that knows where you want to go? You'll figure it out. So he said. Okay. I don't know. Link it to me, Terry. Maybe I'll watch. Yeah, I think self-reflection is important, but sometimes it helps to see what people think generally too. There's a balance for everything. Squeak on fleek. Squeals on wheels. Donkey Kong Country 3. Ooh, that was a game that I didn't like the first time I played it, that I liked more the second time. That's a great map out, by the way. Switch sucks. Got the vid. GameCube rules. GameCube rules. GameCube's hot garbage. Better than the Switch. GameCube has better games. Probably. GameCube is so bad it made Nintendo run in the opposite direction. Well, Reggie does write in his book that Nintendo was clamoring for his help because they had GameCubes on GameCubes in warehouses, but I don't know. Doesn't mean it was bad. From an objective sales point, sure. Today they're running in the wrong direction. Today I don't even know who their PR people are. That's bad. Up till today, this very day, Nintendo was fine. Okay. The Wii and Wii. Wii and Wii. That probably would have been a better name than Wii U. Was where Nintendo fell off. Wii U. You Wii, you will. Women. Whammon. I'll have to write these authors down for later. Yeah, you know what, Chris? I will post the novel segment as a clip, and I'll post it sometime in September. But I can also message you the names. Men. The novel. That's the first foundation. Andrew Tate approved. I'm good at booking. Just ask Spencer. He will confirm. You like the books. Lord of the Onion Rings. Nice. Damn, 200. Not even a reprint. Yeah, it must have been the OG one, right? Social media is for marketing. Yeah, and it doesn't even work that well on social media. The only good one is Reddit. And then even then, there's a strategy to using it. The other stuff, it's not worth it. Social media is for flyers for shows. Tate says you shouldn't walk the streets with headphones. Well, I don't know. Why does he say that? Sushi. I like, you know what? There are 3 veggie rolls I like. Sweet potato tempura. Cucumber avocado. And the other one's not veggie. It's just California, but it has crab, so I can do it. Lobster is amazing, but expensive. You know, if you were to go in the States, if you go to Maine, that's pretty close to you. You can get a good, cheap lobster there, too. So, Maine's in the top northeast part of the U.S., so I think that would be close to you. We should all do Button Mappers Vacation. Link up with Chris. Go to Maine. You're a sea bass guy. Why you play Animal Crossing? Witcher 3. Ew. Oddish. Odd Dish. Fried Tentacruel. Alex's Knuckles. It has to be Seki. Your favorite PS1 game could be G Darius. It could be, and I played the PS1 version. Yeah, that's a good answer, Terry. I'll take it. Satone. It's the next PPV. Terry gave everyone the same stats. Did he? Best racer is Phoenix. Interesting choices for F-Zero characters. Hey, D Schult 3. What's up, bro? Have you checked out CGR Mark's new music? Turbo Volcano. Hell yeah. Omega Ronin. A couple of the tracks appeared on my YouTube Music app, and I like them. Some of them I don't like, but he's doing so much that I can't go through everything, but I think it's good. There's a lot of like, if you go in his comments on some of the videos, it's like every other one is like, when will you do reviews again? People just need to let it rest. Let him do what he wants. Your description says July. Okay. That's good to know. Well, July plus. I don't want to put it back on screen because I don't want to screw it up. But I don't even publish this, but I'll try and change that for the next stream. Thank you. Longest game I just saw was Metal Gear Online. Okay. Things are usually pretty fast now. It usually only takes a few hours. Mini Skirt Police, DC Universe, Sniper 2. Yeah, I remember you talking about Sniper 2. The questions are from August 4th. No, but you're right. This should have been the August edition. So, my bad. Genesis is poor man's PC Engine. I need to play more of it. Ouch, poor man's PC Engine. Maybe today, but not in the 90s. Would be cool if I did TurboGrafx PC Engine to review them all. You enjoy a lot of those. Well, let's just find a good way for me to play them. And then I'm open to it. I know you guys like Sapphire. You guys were talking about that a lot, so I'll check that one out probably. Who is my daddy and what does he do? Well, next month is Dad Month on the Button Mappers, so check it out. We got a great host for the next Game Talk. Damn these story questions. Keep the game reviews a surprise. Okay. Seconded. Oh, okay. You only know the Take guy because Malta keeps talking about him. Oh no, Malta. What is going on? What have you taken from this Chad dad? Get a TurboGrafx Mini and mod it. Okay. Okay. Cool. Well, that was the chat. Would anyone like to join me in the voice channel? I'll hang out for a couple minutes if nobody does. And I don't know, just kind of shoot the shit, you know? Talk about nothing. I'm just sitting here waiting my life away for something good. You could also just read something online. Let's just like browse Kotaku. How boring. Okay. Okay, I'll see you in a bit, Chris. You recommend Sapphire? It's your favorite Pokemon game? Okay. I'm joking. I know it's not. That's a shmup too, right? And I know you said you don't have like particular feelings on the shooter genre, so yeah, I would give it a try. Oh, trust me, Terry. We got some weird content, but good content. It'll be good. We got some good segments. Dad-themed games. It's dad talk. And got another history of episode. I won't say more than that. And you will not like the game for the dad out. The dad map out. It's a good idea, Terry. He is a dad. I'll grant you that. Dad confirmed. Yeah, it was a hard month to pick a game for because like the selection is not great. Dad-themed games. There's no spoilers, Terry. You guys don't want spoilers, but you can guess. You hate The Last of Us. What about The First of Us? Nier would have been good. Okay. Interesting. Nier Papa. How do you guys like the streams format so far? I'm clipping Q&A. I don't think I'll clip the update, though. I don't know. Do you want me to clip the update? Does that matter? It's fine.
All right. Hello?
Is that Mr. BioPhoenix?
Yep.
Hey.
It is.
What's up?
And I just heard your question. What was it? About the stream format? Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
Cool. Thank you. What do you like about it?
I just like how like simple it is, and just the way how you interact with people. Like I said, streams don't take much to do. They really don't. So, I just think it's just simple, easy to set up, and you can just, just say whatever you have to say. without it like, taking a long time.
Yeah, I think there's something fun about doing some of these segments on stream, like Q&A, and even kind of like just the conversations. It's nice to have like some interaction with like chat and stuff while we're doing it.
Oh, yep, for sure.
So what's going on? You did your nice little pickups video there.
Yeah, I recorded that last week. I think that was like the day after I like just got after my cold, and I was just like, I kind of want to just like film like a bunch of shit I just got like recently. So it's like, all right, and I did, and yeah, and I really miss doing that because I haven't done that shit since like 2019, because like the 2020 kind of like changed like the whole perspective on that shit. So
Yeah, for sure. And then you
but
did
yeah.
focus a lot on like the trails of projects. So
You
like
mean
that.
Oh, you're talking about the Abridged series, right?
Yes, the Cold Stone
Oh, yeah,
project.
yeah. I'm still working on the one for the episode 4. I'm just waiting to get the rest of my lines in.
Do you need some? Like you need somebody
I
to sub it
do.
for it?
I've gotten some people like involved with it. Like, well, I actually did ask Spencer to do some, but yeah, he just hasn't got back to me yet, though.
Well, damn it, Spencer. We're calling you out.
Nah, it's all good. No, I mean, he got back to me. Like, he said he wants to do it, and we did talk a little bit about it. He just hasn't sent me, like, anything about it yet. But that's all good, though.
Well, I'm happy to help out if you like.
Yeah. I'll ask you if I need anything. I just gotta make sure and see what ones I have left.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, but we'll discuss that, like, in, like, PMs or something.
Oh, I got some books that I wanted to show, and you're perfect to talk about this because you've been reading a bit lately.
Yeah, I have been. Yeah. I actually been reading a lot of that Eyes of the Dragon book. I got a lot farther than how I was in what was shown in the video.
Oh, let's talk about that for a sec. That's Stephen King, right?
Yeah, that was his first like full-fledged like fantasy book.
And that's also coincidentally a dragon book, and you recommended the Red Dragon, which was the serial
Thomas
killer
Harris.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's kind of ironic, right?
What do you think is a good starting point for reading Stephen King?
Well, here's the thing. I know you're not a fan of horror, so obviously I'm not going to recommend you to read his horror stuff, even though a lot of people say that's like his best shit. But then again, though, like I feel like a lot of his like coming of age stories, I think, are like the better ones. Like, for example, there's a short story in well, it's a novella in a collection called Different Seasons, and it's called The Body. It's it got turned into a movie called Stand By Me. I don't know if you know about that. Okay, yeah. If you love the movie, then yeah, the book is basically like that, but plus more.
Okay. And it's
Yeah.
seasons?
Different Seasons. It's a collection of 4 short, like, novels, like, the short stories. Like, yeah, one of them is The Body, the other one is The Shawshank Redemption, and then there's Act Pupil, which I actually did read through that one. That one was good, but very, very dark, though.
Yeah.
And then, the last one is called The Breathing Method.
Okay.
But yeah, like I would say like that would be good because like I said, like none of it's like horror. I mean, the only one that would be considered horror is maybe Act Pupil, just with the dark grittiness that it talks about. But like The Body, I think is like a good coming of age story, and then The Shawshank Redemption is just a really good like prison break.
Okay. Cool. My philosophy with reading lately, because I tend to be slow with reading, is do like finish a book and then I'll justify getting another book. So doing the videos has kind of helped me. Like we did the book talk on the Button Mappers recently, and then I read Hyrule Historia on my own. So I went out of my way. I got this one, the Pikachu's Global Adventure, The Rise and Fall of Pokemon. It's actually a bit dated. It's like 2004, but I think it's really interesting, the framing of like Pokemon, like the fall of Pokemon happening in 2004, which kind of makes sense when you think about like the Gen 3 not really like meeting the initial Pokemon global sensation.
Actually, I never even knew about that book.
Terry says the fall of Pokemon started after Pokemon. Yeah, if you read about Pokemon on the wiki page, this is like the one of the only books they reference in the references. And then I saw it referenced in the book Power Up that Spencer read. I had read most of that book as well. So I was like, oh, I'll check this out. It was on my watch list for a while.
Yeah. That does sound kind of interesting, actually. Yeah, because I would say, like, yeah, like what Terry said, that, like, I think the fall, like, happened after, like, the GameCube games.
Yeah, it probably happened after the Game Boy era in general. Like, I feel like that was the pinnacle. But the weird thing is, like, commercially, it's never really fallen. The Game Boy Advance games were the best-selling games on the Game Boy Advance. So, like,
Yeah.
I mean, what do you make of that? Did it really fall? Like, I also like Gen 3 quite a bit.
No, I like Gen 3 quite a bit, too. I mean, yeah, maybe it might not be as good as Gen 2, but I still think it's still solid and well done. I mean, I can't say the same thing about Gen 4, personally. I know that's, like, not everyone's gonna agree on that.
That's probably the most agreeable decline in the chronological releases. I think most people can agree that's when, like, they started to do more, like, gimmicky stuff.
Yeah, not only gimmicky, but the other thing I didn't like about Gen 4 was that, like, there was just, like, too much, like, legendaries. Like, it was like, oh, look, this is a legendary, and there's, like, almost, like, fucking 15 of them. And most of them were not even, like, that good either. And it was just... I don't know. Also, they just made the game, like, way too, like, easy. Like I said, like I was like at the time when fourth gen came out, like I was starting to get into like serious like RPGs. So like the story was like really not that much better than like the other games, and they're still like really easy to just play through. And I'm just like I think of them just getting out of this shit.
What started to happen after the first game was that exposition really started to be on a decline. Like, I feel like the first game was so robust and, like, so much, like, every NPC in the game was giving you context about, like, different things, like, in the area. And it wasn't so much like, here's how to use a Pokeball. I mean, you had some of that, but, like, it didn't feel, like, tutorial-laden or just, like, gimmicky. I think Sword and Shield is, like, the worst example of that I've played, where it's just, like, the sole purpose of almost, like, every trainer is, like, to teach you something about the in-game mechanics. And I think that's kind of trash. I feel like the first game feels the most RPG-like.
Actually, I would agree with that, yeah. I would even say Gen 2 was good about that, too, for the most part.
When's the last time you played it?
Like Gen 1 or Gen 2?
Either.
It was when I was streaming them, when I did that ROM hack version that improved the game. When did I do that? Was that last year, year before? Let me check. I think that was in my playlist of RPG streams.
While you're looking at that, Terry says, I disagree. Coliseum was very RPG-like. I mean, mostly in terms of the mainline handheld games. Obviously, Gale of Darkness was like, really up there. And I know you want us to play Coliseum. But, of the mainline games, that's the one that I felt like you're getting details, like diary entries about, like, frickin' Team Rocket in the Saffron City, center, or like the nuclear explosion on Cinnabar Island, and like the creation of Mewtwo. And it's like it felt like there was so many like treasure troves of information in that first game. And I don't know. I felt like Gen 2, maybe you had that in terms of like individual characters, like the sick Ampharos at the Steel Jasmine gym leaders, gym. But
yep,
I still felt like it was really condensed.
Yeah, no, like I said, like I was just talking about just the handheld ones. I wasn't talking about the GameCube ones. Obviously, those ones definitely do feel the most RPG like after that, but yeah, no, like I said, I still like the first two for what they had to offer. Like I still think they're good.
Well, Terry's bringing up the Oriental vibe of Eckerd Tiak. I mean, I like the music for that. That's one thing. But like even like those towers are like, You know where the Ho-Oh is like, or the Lugia, depending on the version you're playing. It's like just very small, like, you know. And then the Kimono girls literally have like a single line of dialogue each. The only thing they have is like that visual appeal. I don't think they really have like character development in this. So I don't know. I could be
Okay,
wrong.
no,
Though.
you're right about that.
I could be wrong. I mean, I'm open to disagreement here, but when I played it the last time, I don't think I was that impressed. But what am I doing? I'm applying RPG standards to a Pokemon game. But I'm doing it because the first game had it. So like, I just feel like the latter one should be like that. I'm excited for Gen 5 to do Black and White, but yeah.
Yeah, well, what was I gonna say about that? I mean, I still consider Pokemon to be an RPG. It's just, I think it's just a good, easy entry type of RPG, which, I don't think that should be, like, discredited or anything like that. Because I know there are some people that don't consider it to be an RPG at all, but it's like, yeah, but you're doing, like, the same shit that you do in an RPG, so why is it not? Like...
Yeah, I mean, the term RPG really needs to be applied broadly because, like, it's a monster tamer. But is a monster tamer not an RPG? A monster tamer is like a textbook RPG. It's just that you're using monsters to fulfill the protagonist role. So, like, I don't think that's a problem. Like, you still have leveling up systems. It's turn-based. If it's a turn-based game, it's, like, I guess you could say you're playing chess. And chess is turn-based and it's not an RPG. But, like, I still feel like you're fulfilling the role. Everything's a role-playing game, so...
Yeah, no, that's true. The whole, like, I don't like calling everything a role-playing game for that reason, because it's like, oh, you play the role of a character, but it's like, that's literally every game ever made.
I know, it's a dumb term. It's not held up well.
Yeah.
If we're going to be that, like, into semantics, then they need to rebrand RPG, or at least be specific with, like, what type of RPG we're talking about.
Yeah, that's why I just call everything. It's either turn-based RPG, action RPG, strategy RPG, roguelike RPG, and just, call it like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, some other books I'm reading. I have a manga of Dragon Quest, The Adventure of Dai, who's I don't know, I think he's some character from Dragon Quest 3.
Okay. Oh, I think that's the one they made into the anime, right?
Yes.
Because I think the anime is all about Dragon Quest 3.
Yes. I forget that. I remember the name of that Dragon Quest 3. Oh, I think it was Erdrick, but that's the guy's name. I don't know. I think it was Dai something, though. I don't know. Whatever. I started Ready Player One. I've never seen the movie, but I want to read the book first. It's actually okay. Go ahead.
I actually kind of wonder your opinion about Ready Player One, because I've actually heard a lot of very mixed things about that book.
Okay, I'm not finished. I'll tell you what page I'm at. And I remember most of what I've read so far. I'm at like 76 out of 370.
Okay, yeah.
So I think that's some of it. So the author writes as though it's the future, but his workaround, the reason why it works is because there's kind of a past revival, a revival of like interest in retro culture and stuff. So it's believable because it's literally existed before. So I think that's kind of cheap, to be honest, because you have this illusion of like he's writing about the future, like, he's an expert on it. But anyways, the things I like are that the main character actually uses his knowledge of antiquated systems. So you get actual like technical information about like Atari games, about like how like with adventure, there's, oftentimes in the credits for video games, the people who worked on it weren't allowed to create or put their names in the credits. I'm sure you've seen that in some games before. I think of like the first Sonic game, they have like nicknames, but in that game, because he wasn't allowed to do that, it's kind of unfair because like they want to be employable and they want to be able to say, I worked on this. So he coded his name into like a secret screen in the game, and players found it later. And so they use information like that and principles like that to help the main character go on his way to completing the challenge. I don't know what the plot is in the movie, but in the book, the main characters, everybody's involved in this challenge where this kind of like gaming guru who's like a billionaire puts on a challenge after he passes away for gamers to find like all his Easter eggs, and when they do it, they inherit his wealth, and the kid like figures out one of the tricks. And so there's that kind of like good suspense about it. And also I like that the main character, well, what the book does, I guess, is it keeps old cultural artifacts alive in a sense, in terms of video games, in terms of movies. And so I'm into it in that way. But on the other end, I do feel like some of the depictions are shallow.
Okay. You know, it's funny when you mention that. One of the things I've heard people talk about Ready Player One was that a lot of people say that like a lot of like the references that they make are like you said, they're very shallow and they're very much like, you know, I know I talked about this in my last stream when someone wanted to know what I thought about Stranger Things, where I was kind of like, oh yeah, like the show's okay, but you know, I feel like it's a little too tryhardy with the whole like nostalgia thing. Like it's all like, hey, look at this thing, wasn't this so cool back in the 80s? But then it would just be all about that, like, and then it would just be kind of like weird and cringy sort of thing.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people complain about that with the Ready Player One, both the book and the movie. So I don't know if you would agree with that or not, but
No, try hard fits. Or shoehorned almost. Like they're shoehorning information in just for the sake of it. And you know, you can tell when a writer is a writer, if that's their primary profession. You could tell this guy just wanted to write a book on video game fiction. So I don't know. I don't know anything else by Ernest Clive. I just know him for the Ready Player series. So that clearly worked for him.
yeah. Like I said, I never read it, so like I just heard a lot of things about it.
Yeah, well, I'll finish it eventually and give my thoughts. I'm also reading Akira Toriyama's Manga Theater. It's his first illustrations. It's very Dragon Ball-esque. A lot of characters look identical. You can see.
Oh yeah, that's his art style in general. A lot of them look identical.
Oh my gosh, yeah. These are literally like Dragon Ball just ripped out of these old comic books. But I don't, you know, why not? If that's his art style and he perfected it, let him use it.
Oh yeah, like I don't hate on it too much, but it's just, you know, it's just I personally wouldn't consider him to be my favorite artist, but he is like good at what he does.
For sure. But they're kind of like short bits. You know, they're not super like interconnected from what I've read. It does miss some of that like latching onto personalities that you would have from the original Dragon Ball. Or I guess some of like the Dragon Quest in a sense, but I mean, I'm interested in it still.
All right, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, you are the Dragon Quest guy, so
It's true. Me and Spencer. And then I am working through the Dragon Quest IX Brady Games guide. I'm not reading it too in depth, but I've gotten some good information out of it. I know Terry loves that game. Not at all.
no, I've never played 9. I've heard it was more of like a multiplayer game, and I was just kind of like,
That's
no.
deceptive. I think it plays like a single player game. Not as, I don't think it's as, there's not as much story to latch onto as you have in games either from the Zenithian trilogy or 7 or 8 or 11 for that matter. But I think that it's like actually nice short bursts of Dragon Quest story. You don't have to play the game multiplayer at all. In fact,
I know you don't, but
no
I just
reason
meant
to.
like the game was intended to be like a multiplayer game. Like they intended people to play with other people, but you know, if you can, but playing it by yourself is like a different experience from what I've heard.
No, I disagree with that. I agree that it was framed that way as like the multiplayer experience, but it's very much a single player RPG. It has the Dragon Quest III system where you create your own party. From what I understand, the multiplayer aspect is just to enhance that experience if you want to.
Okay, yeah.
Because I'm like,
I mean, like I said, I've never played it. That's just always what I've heard about it, and I was kind of unsure if I would like it or not.
Oh, I think the because I'm 15 hours in, and you know I've gone through a number of like stories in a lot of these towns. It's similar to Dragon Quest VII in some ways, but I think Dragon Quest VII is more developed and more like emotional. This one just feels like quick little segments. I think you should try it. Like reserve judgment until you try it.
Yeah. Eventually, one day, it'll be a while.
You're not big into the Dragon Quest games anyway.
I wouldn't say it's not that I'm not a fan of them. Like, I like some of them, but I'm just not like hardcore about them. Like, the only ones I ever like really got into was just 5 and 8.
Hmm.
And I did play 7, but it was like the PS1 version, and it wasn't like great. I heard the 3DS version's like fucking way better, but I just never got around to it.
Are you gonna download any 3DS games before the eShop closes?
Well, I actually have not recently. I actually set it up a 3DS emulator because of
Nice.
that.
Okay, that's
And
smart.
yes, Dragon Quest 7 is a game I did download.
Yeah, screw it. I mean, like, you know what? If games are not gonna be available anymore, then like, why not?
Yeah, fuck it, why not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can actually tell you some of the ones that I got because I did found like a bunch of them recently.
Okay.
Yeah, I got Seventh Dragon Code. I think that was a game you
Nice.
played before.
Yeah, I never finished it. I got kind of bored of it, but
Yeah, I wanted to try it, and besides, I think that game's kind of expensive now, so I'm just like, I'll try it for free.
yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah. Then I got Asphalt 3D. It's a racing game.
Hmm.
Uh, Code of Princess, which I used to own on 3DS, but I sold it. But I have it on Switch, so. But I wanted to get the original because it actually has English voice acting.
Hmm.
Then I got Dead or Alive Dimensions, and
Nice.
then I got this like digital only one called Dylan's Deadhead Breakers.
Is that like the Dylan's Rolling Western thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that.
Okay. There's some
I
decent
remember it
indie
looked kind
games.
of interesting, but it came out at like a weird time, so I never got it.
You know what else might be worth checking out is there's a Gurumin game that was based off of like a Vita game or something. I don't know.
Gurumin. Um,
Gurumin 3D. Gurumin.
G R U.
Guru. Guru.
Okay, Gurumin,
Yeah.
and it was on 3DS, right?
Yep. It's digital only.
This. Oh, I did not know this actually had a 3DS version because I actually have the PSP version of that.
Okay.
Yeah, believe it or not, that's actually a Neon Falcom game.
Yeah, that's. I think that's why I checked it out. It looked interesting, so I was like, oh yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, it looks totally different than all like their other shit that they've done. Like, yeah,
Uh,
okay.
I would say Steel Empire. It's a remaster of the Genesis spaceship shooter where you play as a Zeppelin or a
Oh
plane.
yeah.
The 3DS version is really good.
Okay, that's. I'll see if I can find that one. Yeah, I like the Genesis version, so
Yeah, no, me too. But it if you do want that kind of like sometimes I think of these remasters as a little cartoonish, but I don't think this one was. I think it was like it looks nice. It's like a nice polish.
okay. Okay, that's good to hear. And yes, I got Dragon Quest 7 and still haven't found a ROM of 8 yet.
Okay.
And then I got a Japan only I actually got two Japan only ones here called Exteria or Exteria. It's like a RPG looking one. It looked kind of interesting.
Okay.
And then there's one called Gilda 1, which was made by Suda51, so I wanted to try that. It actually looked like a shoot 'em up.
What is it called?
Called Guild 01, and it had in the front cover of it kind of looks like this like Japanese face with a white background.
Hmm.
Yeah, Guild 01. I'll type it in the chat just to.
Okay. You might like some of the level 5 games because there's a bunch of digital only ones. I like Liberation Maiden.
Liberation Maiden. Oh, let me look up that one. Liberation. I remember. Shit, I'm trying to remember what was one level 5 game that I had on 3DS.
Was it Yokai Watch? No, I'm joking.
No, it wasn't that. But I'm aware of that one though. Oh, this game actually looks really cool.
Yeah. I reviewed
Yeah,
it
I'll
a
definitely.
long time ago, but I took it I don't know. I recently realized like how easy it was to upgrade my SD card because I got the new 2DS. So I finally went out of my way and got like the 16 gig because that's the max you could do. And I was able to download like all of my games over. I was like, thank goodness. I have like over 70 games that I bought on the 3DS digitally.
Oh shit! Wow.
So I'm excited to go back through a lot of them. A lot of them are virtual console though.
Yeah, a lot of mine were too. Like I mostly just bought like a bunch of like Game Gear games because like it just would be cool just to play them like with like an actual good handheld device.
Yeah, I bought the Shinobi one, the Game Gear Shinobi, but I'm stuck. There's like
I
a stupid segment where you get to like a building, and I don't know what to do. It's like you do jump, do you go in the building, but nothing was working for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never played that version of Shinobi, so I wouldn't know.
What Game Gear games do you like that are available on the service?
Okay, from what I remember off the top of my head, okay, I liked Sonic's Triple Trouble. You
Okay.
know, I think that's a good game.
Okay.
Um, I also liked there was this like action RPG game. Was it an action RPG? I'm trying to remember what it was. Shit, I'm trying to remember.
Action
Uh,
RPG.
oh, actually, you know what's a game I really like on the Game Gear that like most people like don't like is Tails Adventure.
Alex likes that one. I think he talked pretty highly about it.
Yeah, I actually like it too. I actually think it's pretty decent. Like once you get over the fact that it doesn't play like a traditional Sonic game, I think it's a pretty decent like Metroidvania type game.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually kind of like that one. Uh,
Sonic
okay.
Blast.
Sonic Slow Ass.
Sonic Blast. The oh, is that what you're calling it? That?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I remember. Yeah. So, let's see. Oh, the Shining Force game on the Game Gear is pretty good. I remember I had that too.
Sort of Pangea. Vegeta.
Wait, was it this game that I had? Oh yeah, Crystal Warriors. That game actually wasn't too bad either. It's like another like turn-based like strategy game.
So from what I understand, this thing is deceptive. So to use the eShop cards, you can't do that past the 29th. But if you add funds on your Switch, I think it still works after the 29th in syncing with your 3DS. So some of the scare right now is I don't know. This is to be confirmed. I'm reading all different things on different articles, so I'm not sure what's true. I'm going to make sure I have like $80 on there just in case before the 29th.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really looked too much into it because for me, like, I don't think I'm gonna buy anything on the 3DS, so I'll just stick with what I have
Yeah, I
on
mean, you got a
there.
system that's working for you, so, by all means.
Yeah.
Let's talk about TurboGrafx. What's the best official way for me to play TurboGrafx games?
Okay, I did mention to you earlier in the chat. I don't know if you saw the comment, but I said get a TurboGrafx Mini and then just mod it.
It's like $200. I'd think about it. I mean, it's probably
Oh,
worth it.
yeah, okay. If it's too expensive, yeah, don't worry. Actually, a cheaper method you would do is that you could always just get someone to make you a Raspberry Pi and just tell them just fill it up with just like those games.
I have one. Um, I have the Wii U has a handful of TurboGrafx games. Like I have Devil's Crush.
Oh, okay, that's a cool game. Yeah, the thing with that though is that your library on that is pretty limited. They didn't like put out a lot of games for it, I feel like,
Yeah.
which kind of sucks. Well, I mean, I understand because a lot of those companies are not around anymore, but but yeah, like I said, I think honestly, like I said, like you get like one of those like miniature devices. Like it doesn't even just have to be a Raspberry Pi. Like I think you could even get like an Nvidia Shield, and that will be like more than enough.
How important is it to play with the TurboGrafx controller?
Not really. I mean, the TurboGrafx controller is basically just an NES controller, pretty much.
Okay.
Like it's just like very simple, a D-pad, start, select, A and B. That's it.
Okay.
Although there are some games that you have to utilize the 6-button controller, but and the 6-button controller is sort of like the Genesis one a little bit.
Okay. What since I'm doing the spaceship shooter thing, what TurboGrafx shooters would you recommend me?
Okay. There's a lot.
We know Sapphire, so that's
Yeah,
one.
Sapphire I could definitely recommend too. It is fucking awesome. Yeah, that's on the CD add-on, by the way. That one,
Okay.
just to let you know, because the CD add-on ones obviously like they're gonna have like more like cutscenes and and the music quality is a lot better.
Hmm.
So, ooh, Airzonk is really good.
Yeah, that's a good one. I know channel Airzon World Champion. He really liked that game. So
Oh yeah, yeah, it's great. Let's see. What else? Yeah, blazing lasers, or what I like to call it is blazing lasers.
freaking laser beams attached to the
Yeah,
players.
that's why I like calling it that. Yeah, that's a good one. Let's see.
Terry's saying Spriggan.
Spriggan is great. Yeah, that is a really good one. That one's also on the Sega, not Sega CD, Turbo CD.
And then he also recommends Aldines.
Which one is Aldines?
I don't know.
Trying to remember what that one is. Oh, this one, the one with the live action cover art. Yeah, actually, this one was really good too. I actually remember liking this one.
Okay.
Okay, I do remember that one. Yes. Okay, just trying to. I'm looking down my list here, and of course, I don't have pictures to look at, so sometimes I have to try to remember. Um. Oh, the game Download is pretty solid. Yeah, there's a game called Download.
Can I download it?
Yeah, would you download a game called Download? Although the funniest thing about the game Download is that the game over screen is pretty unbelievable. Is that it actually has swearing in it.
Nice.
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of funny.
Star Parodius. I don't even like Gradius, so
Yeah, there's a couple Gradius games on here, by the way. There's a couple.
Some of the older shmups have not won me over.
Yeah. I think Salamander's decent.
Okay.
I think that one's well. They have like another version of it on PC Engine, and I think that version is a lot better than the NES one.
Okay.
Uh, okay. Which one was this? Final Soldier? I'm trying to remember what that one was.
Star Soldier?
No, it's called Final Soldier. I think this is a shoot 'em up.
Okay. Yeah, I know the Star Soldier series is pretty big. That was a game that I like that a lot of people shit on is Star Soldier Vanishing Earth on N64.
I don't even know why, because that's like one of the few shoot 'em ups on the system, and it's actually good.
One of like 5. Like there's none. And yeah, it's a decent game too.
No, I like it too. I think it's good. Yeah, I mean, sure, the graphics are nothing to write home about, but I think it's good for what it is.
Yeah, people like to compare. Like they like to compare across consoles, and I mean, yeah, if you compare, it's not anything like frickin' Ray Storm or the Taito games. Like so, I get it, but like, appreciate what you got.
Yeah, but no, like I said, I think it's good for what it is. Yeah, yeah, Final Soldier, Soldier Blade, and all that. Yeah, I think those are all really good. Shoot 'em ups on PC Engine. Uh. Okay, let's see. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, I
And
think
let me actually look up.
I'll probably stick with those for now. And if you think of any later, you can just let me know.
All right.
Blazing Lasers, Airzonk, Spriggan, Aldine, Star Parodius, and then was there one more that you mentioned?
Final Soldier.
Final Soldier. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep my eyes peeled for a way to play.
Oh yeah, like I said, I think you'll enjoy a lot of them.
Oh, and Sapphire. Yeah, should probably put that at the top
Yeah.
of the list. It's like a
Yeah, I think Sapphire is one of the best, honestly.
Okay. Wow, good stuff. All right, I'm going to call it here. Thanks for joining, Chris.
Oh, yep, as always. Yep, it's always good.
Yep, likewise. And I'll just do a send off for the episode. Thanks for joining, everybody. Stay tuned. We got great content, great reviews, great collabs coming up in the near future.